How can I milk this?
Colonel.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Colonel, I can't milk this. Oh, Colonel.
Hey, do you remember that movie Risky Business?
Yeah, with Tom Cruise, right?
Yeah, the one where he's sliding through the kitchen with a dress shirt and no pants.
Right.
Anyway, I was thinking about the music that plays. You know, the one by Bob Seger?
Night Moves?
By One Direction?
No, Night Moves. The 1976 Bob Seger classic. You're thinking of Night Changes.
Anyway, the song that plays is old time rock and roll.
And?
And I was just thinking how I always thought like the Doobie Brothers or Elvis or somebody did it.
You got Bob Seger, the Doobie Brothers, and Elvis Presley mixed up?
Hey, I'm not a music encyclopedia, okay?
Risky business. I'd love to see it someday.
Yeah, me too. Hey, isn't that fun? We both know the most famous part of the movie, but we know almost nothing else.
Well, yeah, what else will watching Watch Mojo's top 10 unnecessary things to know about movies till 3 in the morning give you, if not an encyclopedic knowledge of movies that came out pre-Y2K?
I mean, I don't think it's right. Look, I saw The Sixth Sense a few years ago, right?
The one with Haley Joel Osteen?
The megachurch leader?
What? No, the kid actor who was in The Sixth Sense and AI, and then stopped acting or whatever, and now he's fat and does Disney movies.
Oh, that's Haley Joel Osment. You got the last name mixed up with that megachurch leader in Texas who wouldn't let people in during that one hurricane. Was it the Nina, the Santa Maria?
Harvey?
Oh, what, like Weinstein? Well, anyway, you know the ending of the movie, even though you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I see dead people, and then old Brucey's one of the dead people.
See, that's nuts.
But that's not the only Willis film. I only saw about 53 minutes of Die Hard, but Severus Snape falls off the building, right?
No.
53 minutes? How?
I caught the middle 53 when I was home on break. Never really bothered to watch the rest of it.
How many movies do you know the ending to that you haven't seen?
I don't know. Probably all of them.
Well, see, Alan Rickman was in Die Hard, but he was also in Love Actually.
One where literally everybody gets a happy ending.
And Love Actually had Bill Nye, who I'm pretty sure you could only ever recognize from Detective Pikachu.
He was the guy that turned himself into Mewtwo?
Yeah, but the lead for Detective Pikachu was Ryan Reynolds, who was in The Bodyguard with Sam Jackson.
Oh, the one where the old dude had a fantasy relationship with Selma Hayek?
Yeah, like every Hayek role. But his absolute most underutilized role, Sam Jackson that is, was in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, and he dies and the dinosaurs take over the island. So what's the big deal? What does it matter?
You've never seen any of them?
Nope.
You've never seen Jurassic Park?
It's not Jurassic World, so basically the same thing. But you've only seen like 3 movies, and you still know the ending to lots of movies.
Yeah, but the 3 movies I've seen are Casablanca, The Empire Strikes Back, and Fellowship of the Ring, so it's like all of created cinema, you know, right there.
Well, Sam Jackson was also in the prequels for Star Wars, where the best Star Wars character to date was put up, Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah, but why would I watch the prequels when I already know how it ends in the sequels, the original 3? Darth Vader's the dad.
But the point is that Liam Neeson was in The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
In that one short story where he throws a quadriplegic thespian off the waterfall, right?
Yeah, but the real point is that he was in Silence, which was directed by Scorsese.
Yeah, as the priest that needed rescuing, right? See, I didn't actually figure out how that one ended. I just know that real life is different from the book, which is different from the movie.
But that's French stuff. Scorsese's best hit was Goodfellas.
Ah, see, well, I've actually seen Goodfellas. You should really watch it if you get the chance. Either way, that's how I learned what schnook means.
I learned it from the Jewish AP teacher who made us watch movies that we wouldn't watch in our right minds.
Yeah, isn't it funny that we've been watching these foreign films from a 70-year-old Jew in rural Arizona? Like, she showed us Wait Until Dark with Audrey Hepburn.
For Charade, they had to switch the romantically suggestive lines because of the age difference between Hepburn and Cary Grant.
Yeah, where'd you find that one out?
IMDb. What about you?
IMDb. Them together with Watch Mojo, they ruined a whole generation of film students.
Ruined? How?
A bunch of kids who thinks that movies impact them more than anybody else in particular, so they obsess over the minutia and the trivia and the facts and the best dialogue and the one-liners and the big names and the top 10 this and top 10 that, because they're just 13 and bored. We should have just watched some more movies.
Went to the movies on our own? The only movie we ever went to together was before we could drive was Big Hero 6. And the best part about that was that Baymax was the divorced dad in 30 Rock.
You've never seen 30 Rock.
Yeah, but he's Pete Hornberger. And guess who else was in that show?
In the show that you've never watched?
Mr. Chinless himself, Jack McBrayer.
Who was Fix-It Felix in Wreck-It Ralph 1 and 2, of course.
But old Ralphie boy was John C. Reilly, who did some B-bit in Guardians of the Galaxy because he wanted a little something on the side, or he owed a favor to one of the studio heads or something.
Uh-huh.
Point being, John C. Reilly was in Step Brothers.
With Will Ferrell.
And Will Ferrell was in the Lego Movie, whose main character Star-Lord was Chris Pratt, who got his start on Parks and Rec.
Wait, but if Chris Pratt was in Guardians of the Galaxy, why take the roundabout way?
And who else was on Parks and Rec other than our main man, Rob Lowe?
Like a few dozen other people.
But Rob Lowe played Soda Pop Curtis in the 80s version of The Outsiders, where Tom Cruise was Steve.
Uh-huh.
And Tom Cruise headlined Risky Business.
Oh, that's great. What does it mean?
Oh, just thought it was interesting.
Thought it was interesting that some actors work with other actors who work on other projects.
Shut up.
Oh, it's good to see you guys practicing some social distancing for once. What are your guys' thoughts on COVID-19?
COVID-19?
Boom, 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 boom.
Delete, 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 delete.
Boom.
Delete, 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 delete.
Boom, 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 boom,
Delete, 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 delete.
boom, boom.
Delete, 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 delete.